Welcome to a video from DigitalLifestyle.com. It's a little bit different. This is a demo tape from the Yamaha DX100 from 1986. So I sent for this from Music Tech magazine, the UK magazines, and this was the only way you could get a demo of a synth without physically going and seeing one. In this video I'm going to play side 1 and I'll do a separate video of side 2, which you've got to listen to because it's absolutely brilliant. So before I play it, I'll just show you what's in there. So you cassette, and included was a patch list that was demoed on the audio demonstration. And actually what the best thing about this is side 1 is a fairly dry demo of the sounds, you know, fuzz clarinet, electric piano and so on. Well done. Side 2 is this crazy mad pseudo American radio station playing all sounds from the DX100, but hits of the time. So there's Phil Collins, Duran Duran, Tears for Fears on there, and there are brilliant versions, but all done with a DX100, a lot of edited in MIDI, and I think it was an RX5 drum machine. So listen to side 1. Coming up after that is the brilliant side 2, so I hope you enjoy this.
Welcome to the exciting world of music making, and in particular to the fascinating realm of DX-FM digital synthesis. You may already be familiar with Yamaha's world-beating keyboard, the DX7. Well, we'd like to introduce you to its younger and newer cousins, the DX100 and DX27. These two synthesizers differ in just one way, and that's physical size. The DX27 has full-size keys. The DX100 uses smaller keys, like the many portable fun keyboards you'll probably have seen in the shops. Because of this, the DX100 is really compact and light, making it easy, if you want, to sling over your shoulder like a guitar and play as a solo instrument. As size is the only practical difference between the two instruments, we will just refer to the DX100 for this demonstration. Many manufacturers will tell you that their instruments sound the best. Whilst we naturally hold with this claim for ourselves, we at Yamaha know that your ears are the best judge of sound quality. So we'd like you to sit back and listen to just a few examples taken from among the incredible 192 preset sounds built into these keyboards, and judge for yourself. Synthesizers are often used to imitate other instruments, and you'll find plenty of presets to help you do that. First, some string sounds. Strings and pizzicato, that's plucked. Now, a flute-type sound, and horns. As this is a keyboard instrument, you'd expect to find some piano-type sounds. You won't be disappointed. There are at least 22 piano-type sounds to choose from, including electric pianos. Here are just 4: deep grand, perco piano, fuzz clav, and electric piano 1. Let's hear a couple of organ sounds, full ranks and 6 Ts. Now some tuned percussion sounds, good vibes and Hamarimba. Now, what we call an old banjo and squeezebox. How about a couple of sound effects? Here's Windbells and Racing Car. Included among all the performance controls found on the DX100 is a special pitch bend mode, which allows you to bend some notes while others remain where they are. This can be a very interesting effect, and it'll let you get your own back on your guitarist friends, especially when they're tuning up. Let me see now. How do they do it? The DX100 is fully programmable, using Yamaha's famous and exclusive FM digital system of tone generation, just like the DX7. This means that you can change any of the preset sounds to create your own personal versions, or you could start from scratch and create entirely new sounds. And Yamaha give you 24 memory spaces in which to store these new sounds. In order to show you the creative capabilities of the DX100, we'll play 6 sounds which cannot be found in the presets. First, one electric guitar type sound, a special effect, and one bass. We've called them guitar, pluck voice, and slap-o 2. And finally, 3 synth sounds: resonance, synthesis, and FM sax. We hope that you've enjoyed listening to this albeit brief selection of DX100 sounds. We're sure that you won't be surprised to learn that these are only the tip of the iceberg, because these keyboards are capable of producing thousands of unique, fascinating and high-quality sounds. Their range is virtually limitless. It's all down to your imagination. And when you think you've explored all the possibilities on board the keyboard, there is always MIDI. MIDI is the system which all the main musical instrument manufacturers have agreed to use that allows you to play one type or make of synth from another, or combine their sounds. By the way, unlike a MIDI hi-fi unit, it's got nothing to do with size. The MIDI specification of the DX100 means it can be connected to other MIDI-equipped instruments, like the Yamaha TX7 for instance. For our purposes, the TX7 can be described as a DX7 with all its sounds, but without the actual keyboard. The MIDI connection is made by a simple 5-pin DIN cable. You may well be familiar with these from their use in hi-fi systems. When this is done, the DX100 can play the sounds of other MIDI instruments it's connected to, opening up a whole new world of combined sounds for you to explore. You can also play the DX100 via the MIDI cable from the keyboards of other MIDI instruments and sequencers, like the Yamaha QX7 and QX21. For instance, you could connect up a Yamaha remote keyboard, the KX5, this looks a bit like a guitar and can also be slung over the shoulder, and take advantage of the fact that the DX100 sounds can be touch-sensitive via MIDI. Touch sensitivity means, for instance, that the sounds will be louder the harder you strike the keys, just like real acoustic instruments. And, of course, if you were to use this type of setup, all the performance controls, such as pitch bend, modulation wheel, vibrato and tremolo are types of modulation you'll be familiar with, and sustain, etc., can all be controlled from the KX5 via the MIDI cable. By now, we hope you've realized that the DX100 is a high-specification instrument, offering the kind of professional quality and sounds heard throughout today's record charts. And the even better news is that it can be yours at a price which won't burn a hole in your pocket. And if you think you'll feel more comfortable with full-size keys, then the DX27 will only set you back about another £100 or so. It only remains for us to invite you to play the DX100 and DX27 and sample the Yamaha experience for yourself. DX100 and 27, the perfect introductions to digital synthesis.